Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into an incredible story of faith, leadership, and divine guidance. It's the story of Moses and the Ten Commandments, a timeless tale that still shapes our lives today. Let's travel back in time to ancient Egypt. Here the people of Israel were living as slaves, suffering under the harsh rule of a powerful Pharaoh. Their days were filled with hard labor under a scorching sun, and their hearts longed for freedom. But God heard their cries and had a special plan. He chose a humble man named Moses to be their leader and deliverer. God's call to Moses was nothing short of miraculous. One day, while Moses was tending his flock, he saw a bush that was engulfed in flames, yet it wasn't burning away. From this burning bush, God spoke. He said, "Moses, go back to Egypt. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go." Now this was a huge task. Moses was hesitant, but with God's power behind him, he returned to Egypt through amazing miracles, like turning his staff into a serpent and calling down plagues upon the land. Moses showed Pharaoh God's mighty power. Finally, after many trials, Pharaoh's heart was moved, and he allowed the Israelites to leave. Their long journey to the promised land had begun. As Moses led the people through the vast, unforgiving desert, they faced incredible challenges. They were often hungry, thirsty, and tired, but God never abandoned them. He provided for them in miraculous ways, sending bread from heaven called manna and causing water to flow from a rock. Their journey was a test of faith, and it led them to a very special place, a towering peak called Mount Sinai. This mountain would become a sacred space for the Israelites. God wanted to give his people a gift, a set of rules to help them live together in peace, love, and harmony. He called Moses to the top of Mount Sinai to receive this special gift. Moses ascended the mountain, disappearing into the clouds for 40 days and 40 nights. During this time, God himself wrote on 2 stone tablets. These were the 10 Commandments, divine instructions for a life of goodness and purpose. So what were these 10 Commandments? They are simple yet profound principles for living. First, you shall have no other gods before me, reminding us to put God first in our lives. Second, you shall not make for yourself an idol, which teaches us to worship only the one true God. Third, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, a call to always speak of God with reverence and respect. Fourth is, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. This commandment invites us to set aside one day each week for rest and worship, a beautiful rhythm for our busy lives. Fifth, honor your father and mother. This is about showing love, respect, and gratitude to our parents. The next commandments guide our relationships with others. You shall not murder, because every life is precious. You shall not commit adultery, a call to be faithful and loyal in our commitments. You shall not steal, respecting what belongs to others. You shall not give false testimony, which simply means always tell the truth. And finally, the 10th commandment, you shall not covet. This teaches us to be content with what we have and not be jealous of others. When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the stone tablets, he found the people had grown impatient and had built a golden calf to worship. He was heartbroken, but knew his mission was more important than ever. He shared the 10 Commandments with the Israelites, explaining that these laws were a path to a better life, a life closer to God and to each other. From that day forward, these commandments became their guide. As many of you prepare for your confirmation, think about this journey. Just like the Israelites, you are on a special path of faith. The 10 Commandments aren't just ancient rules. They are loving guidance from God. They are like a compass for your heart, helping you navigate life, love God, and love your neighbors. Embracing them can help you live a life filled with joy, purpose, and meaning. Thanks so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that feeds your spirit. See you next time.